My training as a child psychiatrist has taught me that in the very young, brain development is dependent upon those daily interactions with caregivers. And babies these days are having to compete with smartphones for the attention of their parents. Let's face it, screens have fundamentally changed parenting. Directly in how much kids are on their screens, and indirectly by how much their parents are on their screens. I wonder as to how many collective hours of that brain development, of that interaction, we have lost because parents are spending hours a day on their phone just scrolling. I think it's safe to say that cutting back on my phone use would give me more of that interaction time with my child, would make me a better parent. But to be honest with you, I don't know if I can. Because I've tried before, and I failed. But I'm going to keep on trying. Because we all have a social obligation to make a world that we want my son, your children, your grandchildren to grow up in. A world where a kid can go back to being a kid. Where 2-year-olds aren't handed an addiction that consumes a third of their entire existence. A world with less depression, anxiety, and suicide. We have to take a hard look at our relationships with our phones. Because honestly, and you might not believe this, I'm not saying that smartphones are a bad thing. They're a wonderful tool in many cases. And getting rid of them altogether is just not realistic. I'm saying that we have to have a healthy balance with our phones before we fall too deeply into this addiction.